Okay, so we on this medical memory thing. Okay, so I'm gonna try to give you guys some perspectives, okay? So every year viruses go around that decimate children. I believe that the average in the first 3 years of life is 3 to 6 viral infections is the average. The average. They're going to get sick. Okay? And also, it seems like regularly viruses come around that put infants on ventilators. Most often, there's regular viruses that you get, not even a real flu. There'll be like regular outbreaks of some adenovirus or some other kind of viruses. And the infants will get sick. And mostly what happens when they get sick, the work of breathing for the newborns and the very young ones is too much. They don't have any muscles. Think about it. That little chest, they just little chubby balls of love. They ain't got no muscles. So if they get something, it's hard for them to keep breathing at work. The babies get tired and they quit breathing. That's where the danger comes in. Now, what the good thing about it is that typically, with most of these respiratory viruses, you know, as the critical care specialist, if all you got to do is get that baby on the vent and give it time, and the virus is going to pass. In other words, the typical course of the virus is anywhere from 7 to 14 days. And these are babies that have no other health problems. So they are really healthy and fit. So if you can breathe for them, if you can run that vent for them for 7, however long it takes, they're going to recover from that virus. And they're going to come off the vent. And they're going to live happily ever after. See? Now, some of them get some scarring of their lungs from the virus. See, this is all shit that's happened before. And some of them would get some scarring of their lungs from the virus and have repercussions that go on. Most didn't. Most of the stuff that they're talking about right now with COVID, which is a coronavirus. So these are in the same class of viruses pediatricians have been seeing forever. And everybody who's talking about them is using their experience with the other viruses. So that's what's actually occurring, okay? All right? So that's what's happening. So with the adults, because they're old and fragile and have other diseases, they may not come off the vent. See, the kids are like vigorous, healthy tissue with no other diseases when they get sick. The adults are old, fragile, have diabetes, they're obese, okay? Do you know how hard, okay, let me be real with you. Do you know how hard it is to breathe for an obese person? That's why they're trying stuff like laying them on their stomach. Because when you lay an obese person on their back, some of them are so obese, it's like they have a 50-pound child sitting on their chest while you're trying to breathe for them. You understand what I'm saying? The machine can't lift your chest. Okay, that's what's happening. The machine can't lift your chest. That's why we can't breathe for you. You're going to die. Okay, I've run to a code on an obese person where I got there first, and this was back when I was like 250, okay? And I started doing chest compressions. By the time everybody got there, I was exhausted and had sweat through all my shit, and they died. Okay? So understand that obesity is real. We won't be able to breathe for you. The vent won't be able to handle it. The vent can't push air into your chest with that much weight on your chest. Okay? This is what's happening. So I'm just speaking on the real so you can know. And I'll keep bringing you the real, but I wanted to give you a moment of science so you can understand about what's going on and some of the processes that go into that. Peace.